Hello everyone, welcome back. In this presentation, we will focus on group and abelian group. As usual, let's start the session with the outcomes. Upon the completion of this session, the learner will be able to, outcome number 1, we will understand the concept of group in number theory with examples. Outcome number 2, we will understand the concept of abelian group in number theory with examples. And outcome number 3, we will know various notations used for set of numbers in number theory. Let's dive into the topic of the day, the group. Firstly, let's see the definition. A group G denoted by G, dot. It is a set under some operations dot. If it satisfies the CAIN properties. Before I explain the CAIN properties, let me first tell you the group G is a set where it is going to contain a set of items. But this group is not referred as simply set. It is referred as group. Why it is referred as group? Because this set of elements under this operation dot, when it can satisfy these properties, then this set is called as a group. Now what are all the set of 4 properties, that is the CAIN properties, to be satisfied for the set to be a group under the operation dot? The properties are C for closure, A for associative, I for identity, and N for inverse. If these 4 properties are satisfied, then G, dot is said to be a group. Please note here, this dot is a binary operation. It's going to take 2 inputs and going to generate the output. No worries, when we see an example, it will be easy for you. We are done with the definition of group. Let's now see the definition of abelian group. A group is said to be abelian if it is already a group and commutative property is also satisfied. A group is said to be abelian. Firstly, it should be a group. It means an abelian group should be satisfying these 4 properties: closure, associative, identity, and inverse. In addition to these properties, if the additional property, that is the commutative property, is also satisfied, then this group is said to be an abelian group. What is this commutative property? Say A dot B is equal to B dot A for all A, B in G. When we see an example, then it will be clear for you. So before stepping into the example, let's see the properties. If it is a group, then it should be satisfying closure property, associative property, identity element should exist, and inverse element should also exist in the group. In addition to these properties, if the additional property, that is the commutative property, is also satisfied, then it forms an abelian group. Now let's see the explanation of each property. Let's first focus on the closure property. Let's take 2 elements A, B, that is belonging to the group G. If the A dot B operation we carry out and the result of this A dot B operation is also in the group, then closure property is satisfied. Then what is associative? A dot B dot C is equal to A dot B dot C for all the values of A, B, C that belongs to G. When this is satisfied, then associative property is also satisfied. Then what is identity element? Let's take an element A. When that element A is performed with the operation dot with the other element E, and when this A dot E or E dot A gives A again, then identity element exists in the group, where these A and E are also a part of the group. This is exactly identity element. And what's the next one? There exists an inverse element in the group. Say if you take an element A, and this A should have its inverse in the group, so that this element A and its inverse under this dot operation will give the identity element which we have seen in the previous property, which is the identity property. So when A dot A dash, that is the inverse, when it gives the identity element for A, A dash, which belongs to G, then there exists an inverse element. Then these 4 properties are satisfied, then it is a group. A group is said to be abelian if it is commutative. A dot B is equal to B dot A for all A, B belongs to G. So we have seen the theoretical aspects of a group and abelian group. Let's see with an example. The question is Z, plus a group? Let's solve it now. What is the Z? We know Z means it's a set of integers. So this is the set of integers, and this is actually a set. When we will call this set to be a group? When the 4 properties are satisfied, right? Let's see one by one now. Before stepping into that, the set of integers are all negative numbers, 0 and positive numbers are forming a set of integers which is represented as z. Now let's solve this now. We need the CAIN property to be satisfied, right? Let me paste the properties now, which we have seen in the previous slide. Now let's deal with closure property. Let's take two elements a comma b from the group. See, we want to take the set of integers and we want to confirm whether it is a group or not. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take two elements a and b from this set which is belonging to this group. Then I'm going to perform a dot b operation. Here the operation that is mentioned is plus. It is the addition operation. So we are going to check whether the set of integers under addition operation is forming a group or not. Let's take any two elements. Let me take here a is equal to 5 and b is equal to -2 which belongs to z, right? Now let's carry out the operation. What is the operation? A plus b, because the operation dot here it is mentioned as plus. 5 plus -2 will give -3, where -3 is also belonging to z, because this -3 is also existing in the group. So the first property is getting satisfied, which is called as the closure property. Let's now move on to the second property, the associative property. Let's take any numbers from the group. Let me take a is equal to 5, b is equal to 3 and c is equal to 7. 5 plus 3 plus 7 is equal to 5 plus 3 plus 7. Here we will have 15. Here also we will have 15, where 15 is also belonging to this group, right? So obviously the second property, associative property, is also getting satisfied. Let's now move on to the third property. There exists an identity element. Say when you take the number a, you have an identity element in this group 0. So that any number under this operation, it will give the same number, right? So 5 plus 0 is 5, 10 plus 0 is 10, 100 plus 0 is 100. So you are getting the same number if you perform the operation plus, right? So there exists an element 0 which is also belonging to this group. So there exists an identity element in the group which is 0. So the third property is also getting satisfied. Let's now move on to the fourth property, the inverse element. Does there exist an inverse element? Yes. If you take a number 5, there exists -5. So that 5 plus -5 will give 0, which is the identity element, right? You take any number. Say 20 belongs to z. Also -20 belongs to z. So that 20 plus -20 is 0, where 0 is the identity element. So from this we confirm that there exists an inverse element in z. So the fourth property is also getting satisfied. So it's clear that z comma plus is a group because it satisfies the properties closure, associative, identity and inverse, which we simply refer it as CAIN properties or Cain property. Already we have answered this question. Z comma plus is a group. Now let's check whether it is an abelian group. If z comma plus to be an abelian group, then the fifth property, that is the commutative property, should be satisfied. Let's take any two numbers 5 and 9 which is belonging to z. Now 5 plus 9 is equal to 9 plus 5 obviously. And the result, which is 14, which is also belonging to this set, right? So obviously the fifth property, commutative property, is also getting satisfied. We can say z comma plus is an abelian group. The answer for this question is z comma plus is a group and also it is an abelian group. In this example we have seen z as one of the notations. Let's see what are all the various notations we have in number theory. See, we have many notations here. N means it's the set of natural numbers. W means it's the set of whole numbers. Z means set of integers. C means set of complex numbers. Q means set of rational numbers. R means set of real numbers. Z plus means it's the set of positive integers only. Z minus means it's the set of negative integers. Simply Z means it includes both positive and negative. Let's take one example. N, that is set of natural numbers, is set of natural number n comma plus a group. That is, we want to check n under the operation plus addition is a group or not. It is not a group. You know why? Because natural numbers does not include 0, where 0 is the identity element for the operation plus. Since there exists no 0 in the set, so obviously n comma plus is not a group. Likewise, you try finding answers for other notations. Before we sign out, let's see the homework question. The question is z star comma plus a group? Is something weird here? Nothing is weird. I have simply mentioned z star or z star. It means there is no 0 included in the set of integers. So you take z or z as set of all minus numbers, that is negative numbers, and set of all positive numbers excluding 0. So try finding the answer for this question and post your answers in the comment section. And that's it guys. I hope now you understood the concept of group in number theory with examples. We also have understood the concept of abelian group in number theory with examples, and we also have seen various notations used for set of numbers in number theory. I hope you guys enjoyed this presentation and thank you for watching.